I don't know if you were watching Spotlight last night, but I have to say the response we've got from it is unbelievable. If you haven't seen it, go to BBC iPlayer and you can watch it on that. The first thing I want to say about the programme last night, but I want to make it quite clear here. When we speak about victims, we talk about innocent victims. Let them be Catholic or Protestant. They are innocent victims. Be under no illusion. As long as there's breath in my body, nobody from the IRA will benefit out of anything that families acting for innocent relatives will ever do, and especially anything that Willie Frazer is ever involved with. But be under no illusion, the IRA and their supporters will have nothing out of this. My view is there is innocent victims and there's perpetrators, and as long as there's breath in my body, no perpetrator or anybody connected to a perpetrator will benefit. Libya has already done their part with the perpetrators. We got the lead out of the end of their guns, we got the explosives that they murdered and maimed and blew lumps out of people and blew their legs off and their arms off. That's the only thing we ever got from Libya as far as the Republicans is concerned. We've already seen your contribution from Libya. Now you're starting to see ours. And as long as there's breath in my body and the people connected to this organisation, no IRA man will benefit from this legal action. But the response we got is just unbelievable. We had people from all over the country contacting us. Last night my phone never quit near 2 o'clock in the morning, but this morning the text messages, the emails, the website is getting messages left on it. It just is unbelievable, the support. And I have to say it's very encouraging to see the amount of people who have been in contact with us, because they're not all victims. There are people who are saying, at long last, perhaps you're going to get some type of justice. It may be the only type of justice we ever get, but at least it was the victims who went out there with the help of other people, the legal team and some of our politicians, and we were able to bring a type of justice to the people of Northern Ireland. And it also showed the Relatives for Justice for what they are. Nowhere else in the Western world would you hear anybody saying there is no such thing as an innocent victim. Where in the rest of the world would you get a statement like that, except within the narrow mind frame of a small bunch of Republicans who believe they can go out and murder and maim in the name of a particular cause. Of course there's innocent victims. There's perpetrators and there's innocent victims. And even though they've had over 400 million spent on them, trying to prove that the British government were responsible for this and responsible for that, they haven't yet been able to prove a thing. £400 million spent on them, and they're still moaning that the British government did this and the British government did that. The difference between them and us, we work on evidence, we work on proof, and we took a case which took on its own morals and principles based on evidence, and we were able to get justice for the innocent victims. People who are calling for these inquiries have no agenda except about trying to discredit the British government, and the sooner people waking up to that, the better. 400 million would have been better spent on their people within their communities than wasted on solicitors and legal teams. The only people who benefited from them was the legal team and the bit of propaganda that Republicans were able to gather out of it. But Republicans will never want to rectify the wrong that they did, because they think they were justified in murdering people. Such a statement to come out with, that there's no such thing as an innocent victim. You know, go around the rest of the world and tell that to the people in the other countries, and I can assure you they'll either lock you up or give you tablets, because they'll say there's something seriously wrong with you. But then that's what we're living with here in Northern Ireland. That's the type of mindset. They're not interested in peace. They're just continually interested in trying to lambast the security forces and the British government. enough is enough. No more inquiries. No more waste of money, public money, which is British taxpayers' money that yous are wasting on these inquiries. They put their cards on the table in that programme where they said there is no such thing as an innocent victim. So the women and children who were murdered, the people who were in the Le Mans hotel sitting down to their dinner and were caught up in a ball of flames, the people sitting in Darkley Gospel Church, the people sitting in the minibus coming home from their day's work were not innocent people. Go and get yourselves on. You're that bitter and twisted. You're actually starting to believe your own propaganda. But there's a lot of other things that has to be done in South Armagh. If I had my writ with me yesterday, I would have been serving it on certain individual because I happened to come across him, pig shite and all. This man is dedicated terrorist, always was and always will be. And you'll see him out here on, he thinks he's evil Knievel out on the quad. But anyway, his day is coming as well. He will be held to account as well. And the only thing I would like to say, I'd like to thank the people who have been on the phones and emailing us and texting us and giving us support. People seen the true side of republicanism last night. That is what we have to work with. And don't anybody try and stand up and tell us that we are the better people, because I think last night showed who the better people is in this community. It's now time for the Republicans to accept that they are guilty of war crimes in Northern Ireland and leave it at that.